Okay.
And like I was really getting along with you, and it was great. But I just think when you were talking about kids last night and not wanting them,
Yeah.
it's kind of really rattled my head a bit.
It's rattled, like you cannot be with somebody who doesn't want that.
Yeah.
I want to pretend to be naive and say I didn't see this coming, but I saw it coming. I even called it in episode 1 when I said, I really hope Bailey doesn't go through a tough time. And here we are. It's barely episode 2 and she's already crying because somebody doesn't want her. I don't understand why they want diversity when they know that they don't have the people that are interested in people that are diverse. Because I don't get how this man, yes, she said she doesn't want children, but it's not like he's getting married to her tomorrow. So the audacity and the idea that you'd break up with her just because she said she doesn't want kids, as though he's going to walk down. He didn't want her from day one. He was looking for an excuse, found the excuse, and ran with it. That's all I'm going to say. Found the excuse and ran with it. And I'm pleasantly surprised that somebody else gave him the time of day. Everybody should have left him. He's too old to be on the show. Well, he looks too old to be on the show. Anyway, I'm now in my feelings already on episode 2. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island Australia, Season 7, Episode 2. I am still trying to catch up before I go on my break, but hey, let's see how we go. Anyway, you still have Gabby at the fire pit. She's now with the rest of the girls and the guys, and she's saying, normally I am tunnel visioned, but this time I want to try and be open. I want to fully experience, the Love Island experience. So I want to get to know as many people as I can. That way I know I'm making the right decision for myself. And it's like, hey, that's all you can do. Jonathan, on his part, is busy telling the guys that he's conflicted. He's questioning his connection with Lacey because he feels like he came in, he was tunnel visioned, and now, she might not be the one for him because it seems Gabby is more his type. And it's like, Jonathan is here for a good time. He's already said he's here for a good time. He's already said he's never been in a relationship. So the idea that he was already having his tongue down somebody's throat within the first half an hour, I'm not surprised that he's making a U-turn. I am not surprised. And he's going to continue to make a U-turn with every new bombshell that walks into the villa, unless people all start paying him attention. That's when he's going to focus. I don't get it. Anyway, Gabby's then with the girls and they're asking her, why did you kiss the guys you kissed? She said she kissed Connor because he was maintaining eye contact. And so she really liked that about him. And then with Jonathan, she just said he's good looking. He's more along her type. So they are two totally different people. I think she just did it. I think one of them was because production told her to pick him. I have a feeling production told her to pick Connor. And then Jonathan was the one that she wanted and the one that she picked. You have Zach and Connor having a conversation, and so there is this, I was questioned that why were you looking at her boobs? Why couldn't you look at her face? And it's like, I get it. The way she was dressed and the way they were out there, yes, you take a look, but it shouldn't be that awkward, uncomfortable look. You don't need to be staring for 5-10 minutes. A glance and off you go. So I get why the girls felt intimidated. Zach then complained to Connor that the problem he has with Bailey is that she doesn't want kids and he wants kids. He's 29 years old. He is looking to have children at some point. So although she ticks all the boxes, he can't sort of get over the fact that she doesn't want kids. It's like, this is episode 1. You barely know this girl. How do you know whether she's never going to change her mind? How do you know whether you are never going to change your mind? So the audacity and the idea that you'd completely write her off because of that and not tell her to her face, I didn't like that. I really didn't like that. I thought it was a bad look. You then had Isabel and Connor having a conversation in the bedroom, and Isabel was sort of saying she feels sort of very as though she's being very reserved, as though she's sort of holding back while all the other people are out there and they're getting to know people. And she was being reassured by Connor that, you just need to be yourself, you just need to calm down. And I think the other thing that was nagging her was because already Connor had been kissed by Gabby, but Connor sort of reassured her and told her that I don't think she likes me as much as she likes Jonathan. She's already sort of shown a lot of interest in Jonathan, so you don't have to worry about anything. And it's like, I don't know. I really don't know, because out there you have Jonathan pull Gabby for a chat. He said he wanted to find the right girl. This is why he's on Love Island. No, I think because he stopped playing in America, he's now looking to start a career in Australia. This is why he's on the show, not because he's looking for love. He could have found love elsewhere. Then there were sort of questions about, motives and Jotham was sort of being asked by Gabby that, are you open to the idea of me picking you? How would you feel if I picked you? And he said he'd be conflicted. He's not 100% for his current partner, neither is he 100% for Gabby. So he would have to sort of debate it and sort of take it as it is. And I was like, Jotham is just there for games. I really think he's just there for games. And if the girls are not careful, they're going to be hurt and they're going to cry. You then had Gabby have a conversation with Bailey and Lacey, and she was telling them about the chat she'd had with Jotham, the fact that he was saying he's conflicted, he's not 100% for Lacey and he's not 100% for Gabby. And so I love that she was open, but Lacey didn't take it that way. Lacey sort of felt like, on her part, Gabby was being reckless because why would she say that to her face when she knew that they were in a couple? And it's like, maybe she's giving you a heads up that do not put all your eggs in Jotham's basket because Jotham is going to leave you at the drop of a hat. So I didn't get why she didn't see that bet, because she then went and had a conversation with Jotham. And it's like, Jotham has just pulled somebody else for a chat. And whatever he's going to tell you is to just save himself. While the girls were chatting, you then had Jotham telling the guys that, he's normally always focused on lust, and it seems like this is what he did with Lacey, and he wants to go for a deeper connection. And it's like, this guy's playing stupid games, and it's going to end in tears, and it's going to be really sad, and I don't think he's prepared for that. On her part, Lacey went and pulled Jotham for a chat. She sort of tried to suss out what he had told Gabby, and they sort of skirted around the outskirts of what he actually said. He didn't own up to the fact that he told her that he'd be open to her picking him, although he'd be conflicted. So the idea that Lacey bought whatever he was selling her, and they were busy kissing and tongue kissing, and it's like, girl, you're going to cry. You're really in for a rude awakening, and it's really going to be sad to watch. You then had Connor have a conversation with Zach, because Zach is telling anyone with ears to hear that he's conflicted because, Bailey doesn't want children. And it's like, seriously, you barely know whether you like this girl, let alone love her, let alone want to have children with her. So the idea that you're singing it to anyone with ears to hear tells me that you never liked her and you're just in a couple with her because nobody else had chosen you. Anyway, the islanders get ready for the night. They go to sleep and everybody seems very peaceful and very comfortable. Surprisingly, in bed, you had Zach hugging Bailey, and it's like, why are you hugging her if you really don't feel about her that way? Anyway, in the morning, the islanders wake up, they're busy having breakfast, they're working out, and so everyone is just relaxing around the pool and just waiting to see what happens. Zach, on his part, goes for a chat with Gabby and is busy telling Gabby that, he and Bailey don't align because she doesn't want kids, he wants kids. And it's like, oh my God, if I hear this business about children one more time, I swear I'm going to scream. This man is not married to her. So the idea that he's being so set on, I want kids, I want kids, I want kids, I don't get it. You shouldn't have gone to Love Island. They should have gone to Married at First Sight, married someone and had children if that's what he was interested in. Anyway, Gabby, after speaking to Zach, ran and told, Bailey that be mindful. This is what Zach is saying behind your back. He's saying that, he's conflicted because you don't want children and he wants children. So you then had Bailey and Zach go for a chat. And so, she said that, I have heard that. So when they sat down, they had this conversation about the children, with Bailey sort of asking, I heard you're upset that I don't want children and what's going on. So for him to break up with her over that didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. It was very silly because none of the girls were showing him interest. So the idea that he broke up with Bailey, I feel like he wanted to do it because he did it because he wanted to do it, because he never liked her, and this is why he was looking for an excuse to break up with her. So I'm not buying whatever nonsense he's selling. After the chat with Bailey, you have Zach go for a chat with Sean. That was very insensitive, in my opinion. That was very insensitive because I didn't even see or understand the need for that conversation. I feel like he was afraid that all the girls, because they knew what he had done, he was likely to be dumped. So he was running around trying to sort of explore a connection with someone else and see if he could find a way of staying in the villa. The fact that he kissed Sean in front of everyone, to me shows how insensitive he is, knowing for the fact that Bailey had just been crying. I don't understand it and I don't get it, and I found it in very bad taste. Sadly, Ross on his part was very upset with himself. He was venting that, I let myself down by not continuing to explore Sean, because had I been with Sean, then Zach wouldn't have had the opportunity to sort of slide in. And it's like, well, girl, it's too late. You need to do something different. You had Connor go for a chat with Isabel and sort of discussing what happened during his chats with Gabby, and the fact that he continues to reiterate that Gabby really likes Jotham, so don't worry about me. She's not going to steal me. You and me are okay. And it's like, I don't think it's that deep. I don't think it's that deep with Jotham. I think Jotham, once people see through who he is, they're all going to lose interest. So all the islanders get ready for the night, and then it was a photo shoot. Everybody needs to take pictures so that they can upload to the site, I assume. Anyway, Gabby receives a message. Soon you'll decide who you want to couple up with and steal someone's partner. Choose two boys who are on your radar, to join you for a private drink at the fire pit. Hashtag Gabby gets what Gabby wants. Hashtag serving sins. Gabby chose to go with Connor and with Jotham. It's not a surprise really, because she's already had chats with them. She's already kissed them in front of everyone. So this wasn't something new or something that would have shocked anyone. They went for their chat, and there was it seemed more like Connor was just there as a third wheel, because these two were really flirting hard. They really like one another, and I hope it's going to be serious. I have a feeling they're going to be a toxic mess of the season if they do couple up. I really do. I think Gabby and Jotham are going to be the roller coaster. They're going to be the main event because of how fiery they look like they can be. Anyway, while they're having their drinks, the girls then receive a message. Lacey and Jan, your boys are busy and you are green with envy. Envy is a sin, and sins have consequences. You must leave the villa immediately. Exit through the tunnel of love now. And then it's hashtag plot twist. And I was like, oh my God, what's about to happen? The guys were even scared because they thought the girls were going home. Anyway, it turns out that the girls were going on a date. They went on a date with Mick. Mick is too pompous for my liking. He really is. So Mick is 27. He's a creative director, and he says he likes beautiful women. His date, he seemed more interested in Yana than he seemed in Lacey. That's the impression that I got. He was flirting with her hard. He kept staring at her. She kept staring at him. On his part, back at the villa, you had, Yana's partner busy dreading and worrying about her and saying, I really miss her. She didn't even say goodbye to me, whereas I said goodbye to her. And it's like, you might be stressed, but hey, it is what it is. You have to decide for yourself. What do you want to do? Do you want to continue this coupling, or do you want to sort of move on to somebody else? Because he had been very dismissive of his partner, Gabby, or not his partner, but because he had been dismissive of the bombshell, I think he realized that he had made a mistake. Anyway, Mike came back to the villa with the girls, and he was very pompous. I didn't like the way he was carrying himself. It was as though he was bigger than the show. It just felt as though he thought he was better than everybody else around him. So I can't wait to see what happens with that mess. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Click on the link in my video to watch my review from episode 1. Bye guys.